Yeah.
I watch Every Days because I'm obsessed with Us. It's my favorite show. Ooh, speaking of obsessed with Us, hello to Quincy Martin. We have a fan who watches us every day.
Is he really?
Did you know that he watches us every day?
No.
I was like, oh, that's awesome.
I assumed that he's way more important than us. I didn't know that Quinn watched
So
us.
did I. He's super funny.
Unbelievably
and he tells,
so. Yeah.
Oh my God, I saw him last night. He was up last night.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I watch you guys every day. I'm like, oh my God. There's somebody... First of all, there's somebody that watches us every day, and that person happens to be a super awesome fucking person. So way to go us.
Oh no. Quinn is, and that's the thing is,
He's an awesome
Quinn is unbelievable as a comedian, and you know what? He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a great guy.
So funny
I'm a huge fan, and honestly, I consider him very much one of my mentors for comedy, because even there's been times when he'll be like, that part, you need to expand that. And I'm like, okay. He goes, because you had us, and then you just were like, meh. And I was like, oh, okay. Because you created this imagery, and then you just moved on. He's like, but you had, everyone was right there. Everyone saw what you told them to see, and then you just abandoned it. He goes, no, you got to keep on going. He goes, you had everyone right where you wanted. And I was like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, fuck, okay. That's why he's such a he's
really cool people.
Oh yeah.
I liked him. I think that was my first time like meeting him. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Like I think that was my first time meeting him. And I think I kept mixing him up for somebody else. Because there's this guy. Okay, he had an orange hat. Oh, I can't. Anyways, I don't want to mix them up. But I think I kept mixing them up with somebody else. But yeah, no, and I was very excited to meet him. So thank you, Quincy. That was awesome, and we're very happy to have you as a fan because you're cool.
Just remember, it's Quinn
as hell.
C. Martin, not Quincy.
Yeah,
Martin.
Quinn. I know. Yeah. And I made a comment. I'm like, Quincy Jones, Quinn C. Martin. I did put Quinn C. Martin.
I'm sad that it. Oh, I'm sure he has, and he has responses that will burn my face off. There's no, Oh,
I love that shit.
He's fantastic. He's fantastic, and that's why I didn't even know that Quinn was gonna go. So I was like, because where it was Crazy Jack's was one of the first times that I was hosting, and Quinn had gone to support somebody else, and that he missed it. So he just popped in, and I was like, what are you doing here? He's like, just popping in. I'm like, I'm hosting. You want a spot? He's like, fuck yeah. And he destroyed the room. And even the funny part was, Kevin DeMera was like, when should I put him? I'm like, headliner. He goes, well, we already have a headliner. I'm like, get rid of him. And the funny thing was that Quinn's like, no, I don't want to do that. Don't. And I'm like,
yeah.
Put him right before the headliner. You'll see. I go, trust me right now, and you'll never second guess my trust ever again. And sure enough, Quinn went up and just destroyed. He did, I think it was like 5 minutes, like he did a tight 5 and murdered the room. Just completely murdered the room. And the following time that I was, the headliner who went up afterward just ate shit for half an hour. It was fantastic. And it's not fantastic, but you know what I mean? Like it was such a, especially so.
And if that person is watching, we all have our moments.
Well, no, anyways, I'm not even going to get into that baloney, but, yeah, that's the whole thing is that.
Just in case.
No, I don't really care, but I don't want to bother. It's more so that, I asked Kevin, and I'm like, listen, you know, because he's like, hey, can you host this time? And I'm like, I'll happily host. He goes, do you want me to find a headliner, or do you want to do? I'm like, can I bring Quinn? He's like, of course you can.
Oh yeah.
So I brought Quinn, and Quinn headlined. It was like a month later, and he did 22, 23 minutes, and literally destroyed the room. Like, to the point where I've had everybody laughing. He had everyone cheering, and half the people were out of their seats. Like it was unbelievable.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, he was fantastic. I've never wrongfully put my faith in Quinn that he could do whatever he does, because every time has been just stellar. And that's the thing is, I've seen him work on new material, and the difference is like the amount of experience that he has. He's starting, like his starting point is a lot of people, especially newer people, they're like 90% they've worked this material and they're like just doing the last little bit. He's starting at that point, so he's already starting, and he's torn it apart and restructured it so that it already works, and then so it's like his little is just a little tweak, instead of what the rest of us have to go through.
Inspirational people.
Inspiration. Such inspiration. Are you kidding? He's fantastic. So yeah.